Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing another pick a card, but this week we have some really fun pick a cards coming because this is the week before Halloween, so I will be having some spooky and darker themed pick a cards for you this week. So Monday, Wednesday and Friday this week we will be having more Halloweeny pick a cards, and then on Halloween night we'll be having a special trick-or-treat pick a card, which is I'm really excited for. You can clearly tell what my favorite time of year is just by looking at the setting and the effort I'm putting into Halloween week. So today's video is who is lurking on your social media. I have 4 piles for you guys to choose from. So I have cards for you guys to choose from. Pile number 1 is the Talons. Pile number 2 is the Comet. Pile number 3 is Rogue. I never know how to say like rogue. I'm gonna say Rogue, but that's what we have for pile number 3. And then for pile number 4 we have the Idiot. So see which card you are drawn to. The timestamps are going to be in the description box as usual, and I will see you guys at your timestamp. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at who is currently lurking on your social media. So you guys chose the card Talons. Now, as I was opening up to your reading, first thing I want to say is I heard unfinished business. Second of all, there was a false start with me doing this reading because my window is open and this very loud van or lorry made its way past. It completely interrupted the video. I had to stop and start again. So the first thing I'm being shown is stops and starts and then unfinished business. So this could be somebody that you had a connection with that fell through. It never really got off the ground. There was a lot of stops and starts. There's a lot of noise going on today. There could have been, as you can hear, there could have been a lot of distractions in the connection when this person was around you. It does feel more so like it would have been a situationship or relationship or something like that. Just because as well, as you can see, these hands are kind of clawing at the cup. This almost feels like someone that feels like they used to have an emotional hold over you but doesn't anymore, but still might want to, or still might want there to be an emotional connection still there. But if you look at the hands here, they kind of look like dead hands, you know what I mean? They don't look very nice. So it's almost like a connection that's run its course, but this person's still kind of holding on. They look like zombie hands is what I'm trying to say. That's what they look like. And we have the fire here, which again represent you guys could have alchemized, but this person's still trying to clutch on to what would have been remnants of a connection that would have been emotional because of the cups. Now it could be a family situation as well, but with the thought of like unfinished business and the feeling that I am picking up, it does feel more relationship situationship, but it could be a family situation. But because of the false starts, it feels more like a romantic sort of situation. So I'm gonna pop this down here and actually get in with a tarot, and we'll continue to see who this person is. I brought out, the thing is about people lurking on people's social media, no one really wants to get caught doing that. So I knew that it might be a little bit hard to tap into, so I got my trusty Deviant Moon Tarot deck, which helps me get into energies that tend to be hidden, if that makes sense. So that's why we're using this deck today. So pile number 1, please spirit guides, who is currently lurking on my pile number 1's social media? Who is currently lurking on my pile number 1's social media, please spirit guides? I'm hearing Aries. This person could have some Aries in their chart. Pile number 1, who is lurking on my pile at number 1 social media? So we have the 9 of Swords. Okay, who is lurking on my pile at number 1's? We have the 7 of Wands. I feel like this person has a lot of guilt. I feel like they're working through a lot of demons right now, like unintentionally doing shadow work. They almost feel like someone, because I'm being shown a kettle and the kettle's like boiling. So there's almost this feeling of like this person doesn't deal with emotions or feelings that they have in that second. They bury it down, and like a teapot, it starts to steam and steam and steam until it blows. And I feel like this person may be going through a moment right now where maybe insecurities they have are eating them up, some grief from past connections maybe eating them up, I'm feeling guilt maybe towards you guys that's eating them up. There's something that they did or something that they said or something that they there's this feeling from this person, like, and this has come up in a reading before. It's like, I didn't say the whole truth, but I didn't lie. But this person knows that there were like manipulative tactics or like power play tactics that they played, that this person's like, it's almost eating this person up. Do you see how they're like biting their fingers? They look really kind of like worried. There's almost like a feeling of, how do I explain it? I want to be seen as a good person. I want to be a good person. I want to believe I'm a good person. But something that I've done is kind of like eating me up or something like that. So I feel like that's what's leading them to maybe your social media. There is some guilt there. Pile number 1. Something could have happened in Aries season, because Aries is coming through quite strong. Or something could happen in Aries season coming next year. Pile number 1, who is, this person's hard to tap into, I'm not going to lie. They got a lot of things going on in their brain. They could have a lot of air placements. They're very mentally charged. Pile number... King of Cups, okay. So again, we had the Cups and they're clinging on, and then we have the King of Cups there. This person may be going through a bit of release in regards to connection with you, or releasing wounds that maybe you might have helped trigger within them, which is why they're looking towards you on your social media right now. And then we have the 4 of Swords here as well. Okay, I don't know why I'm being shown with the 4 of Swords here. Obviously, they're under the ground. It's making me think of the Corpse Bride, Emily from the Corpse Bride. And yeah. Okay, hang on. Let me just put this card down. We have the 7 of Cups at the back of the deck as well. Okay. So this person's really taking me into like their grief and their pain right now to kind of paint a picture, pardon the pun, of that card. But what I'm being shown about your person is they're almost referring to themselves as Emily from what's it called? The Corpse Bride, right? If you guys aren't familiar with her story, basically she dies and she's obviously a corpse, and I know she tries to like project her like kind of like true love on this kind of like random guy who isn't supposed to be with her, but she tries to project it there, and she wants to get married to that person, and it was never meant to be, because he was meant to be with somebody else. There's this feeling of your person back in the day having a connection that would have fallen through, or they would have got hurt, and since then they've kind of like projected a perfect relationship or projected a perfect connection onto whoever's kind of fallen on their path. So it's almost like they've always fallen victim to their own idealism, and they've fallen victim to their own projections in a way, and it's had them end up in situations that don't necessarily make them very happy. And the reason those situations don't make them very happy is because they're not dealing with their inner issues. Like I said, it's like a teapot boiling. They're not dealing with these emotions within, and then it's like boiling, then all these emotions come out. This person feels like it's coming to like a judgment day for them, where they could potentially alchemize and grow up a little bit. There's a lot of emotions coming through for your person. So I don't know whether they're in a relationship right now. I don't know whether they're just playing happy days in their life right now and acting like everything's fine, but there's something about a facade, like it's falling. You know, when you look at ancient castles and they were made like hundreds and hundreds of years ago, but there's only so long we can preserve those castles. You know, rain and things like that get to them and they start to, you know, dissolve until there's basically nothing left of them. I feel like this person's tried to preserve what looks like a happy front, and it's starting to melt away. And because it's starting to melt away, what they're having to deal with is everything that they haven't dealt with, these feelings that they haven't dealt with, emotions that they haven't dealt with. And one of those feelings is guilt towards you, and also an actual, like some feelings that are harbored over from you. I'm being told there may be feelings of resentment. There could be feelings of what if, you know what I mean? The one that got away. This person doesn't really feel their emotions. They more so mentally process them. So I'm even finding it hard getting into their energy to really pick up on what they're really feeling towards you, because it's jumbled in with 100 other things that are making their view of you a little distorted because of their own triggers. But either way, right now they are going through it. So what they're doing is, when we're going through something, or we're missing someone, or we're releasing something, we do sometimes check up on them, or watch readings to find out what's going on with them, or ask about them, or even pop back in their life sometimes and try and get closure. That's where this person's at currently with you. I know it might sound a little confusing, and apologies if it does. It's just this person's got a lot going on in their mind. There is so much falling, so much to be processed, but this person is almost clutching back. There's almost this feeling of like thinking back to a connection with you when things were a little bit simpler. Why did I act this way? Why couldn't I have gone for that? Why did I let that fall down? What, you know, what's wrong with me? Why did that person have to act like that? And I feel like they're going back and forth. One minute it's like, this is what I mean, their mind's all over the place, guys. One minute they're like, F that person, you know what I mean? I can't believe that person said this to me, or I can't believe that person did that, or this person should have just given in, or whatever the case. There's so many things coming through. But then in the next minute they're like, oh, I really was the bad guy there. Oh my God, I feel so much guilt. I really shouldn't have done that. Oh my God. And it's like a, you know, it's like, I've messed it up now, I've effed it up, there's no going back. But then it's like, maybe we could. And there's just so much going on in their head, you guys. But I wouldn't say their soul focus is on you, but I do feel like they may romanticize the situation you and them had, and really project a lot onto it. And I feel like you may be a little bit of their safe space. So in their dreams, they may, when I say dreams, I mean like in their thoughts, in their daydreams, they may think to you as a form of escapism. What could have happened? Imagine we were together. What would they say if I messaged them? And it's all a form of escapism for them. I feel like that's what they're doing right now. We have the full moon up here. There's a lot of releasing coming through here with the crescent moon. You know, there's a lot of karmic ties coming up in their face, because it's things that they just have not dealt with. It's coming up to the surface. And I feel like they're very much so as well. I just realized something. We have earth in the background, but there's no water in any of the background here. But then in the King of Cups, there's water approaching. So it's almost like they've pushed away. If you can see, like, this is all earth in the background. It's all like compass and dirt. You can't see any water in any of these cards. Same here with the Four of Swords. You can't see anything. However, in this card, he's stood on the earth, but there's water approaching. So it's almost like this person's kind of like ran away from their emotions for so long. Now that they're processing them, it's really hard. And I think right now they're kind of, I'm hearing the Janae Aiko song Wading. I'm going to put that as your channeled song for this reading, as your person's energy to you. But they keep going back and forth, like feeling bad for themselves and longing to speak to you, but then it's like there's so much going on, it switches again, and then it's like, well, no, actually, F them, I can't believe they did me like that, and then feeling bad for themselves. It's a cycle they're going around in. They don't want the connection to be over. This Four of Swords here, they don't want the connection to be over. I feel like you're not the only connection that they're thinking back to, because do you see how there's roses all around this person? It's making me think like these are like old connections that this person's like may have done people wrong or been hurt in, and they're all coming back for them to deal with. There's a lot. I don't feel like it's just you. I feel like there's at least one or two other people that they may be thinking of as well. But like I said, it's going round in cycles, and this person's just dealing with a lot of their own insecurities. They're questioning the type of person they are. Am I a good person? They're questioning their own morals. This person feels like this is how it feels. It feels like it's judgment day for this person. And I feel like they may be looking back on your social media, like, is there a way back in? Trying to find like a justification of, it's funny, they'll come on your social media and try and find a justification of how you could be the villain or the bad guy. And then other times they'll jump on your social media and they'll try and find like justification of like, something to ignite their daydreams, something to make them feel something. So it's like they're looking to you as like that powerhouse whenever they're feeling a little bit numb or sad. So it's really interesting how they're looking at you, but there is guilt coming up. But the reason that they keep flipping back and forth and going round and round is because they're still not fully feeling the emotions. They're feeling it to an extent. That's why we have such, Nine of Swords, Four of Swords. That's why we have it. However, because they're not fully dealing with it, they're burying it back down, and then it's going back into resentment and F you, and then it's coming back up and back down, and it's a cycle, and it's going round and round and round. And there is a fear in regards to actually reaching out to you because they feel like you wouldn't want to speak to them, and again, that would trigger more feelings of neglect, more feelings of abandonment wounds and things like that. So they're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place right now. There's 7 of Cups here. You know, I'm looking at like illusions here, and again, this person's almost like, again, referencing, drawing a picture here. This person draws up a picture of who someone is before they get with them, instead of actually getting to know them, and then they get stuck or they get bored or it doesn't satisfy them. Because I'm hearing the Ariana Grande lyric, painted a picture, I thought I drew you well, I've got a vision, I've got a habit of seeing what isn't there, caught in the moment, tangled up in your sheets, you broke my heart, said you only wanted half of me. And then she sings, my imagination's too creative. So I feel like this person, I don't know whether they're in a connection right now and that's what they're looking at this situation as. If you know they're in a relationship, I feel like they may be looking at the relationship as Ariana Grande song and in my head, like, I made this up to be more than what it is in my head, and now I feel, you know, now I'm sat with my own emotions and I have nothing to you know, filter over. I don't have a new picture to draw right now, so I have to sit with it. There's something about that coming through. If they're not in another relationship, it could just be their life. They could have thought that they wanted like a particular career, or thought that they were a specific person, quite fancied themselves as a specific person. But there's something about like rose-tinted glasses smashing where they're currently at right now, and there is a tower moment. This doesn't even feel like a tower moment. This feels like a castle moment. This feels like a whole planet tearing down so they can create a new one if they're willing to. And I feel like they do feel like they're drowning a little bit right now, and that's why I may be talking in circles, and apologies if I am, and apologies if it's not making too much sense. It's just this person is going through it. That's the only way I can describe it. This person's going through it. And I feel like with the 2 faces here, I feel like this person's always caught in an entanglement between the head and the heart. And I don't think this person has an idea right now of what's truth, what's not, who's the good guy, who's the bad guy. I don't think this person has a very clear idea right now of anything, because they're being tugged between their higher self and helping them alchemize and face these emotions, but then their shadow self and everybody's the bad guy, let's leave everybody in my dust. Like, they're being pushed between 2 things. So it's hard for them to have a real, true, but a true idea of, a pure idea, that's it, of who people are, or even who you are, because they're going back and forth. But this person's going through it. And I don't even think it's about you necessarily. It's about their own grief and guilt and sadness and what ifs and all of it. I feel like that's what it is. There's a boat in the background, so they may feel like they've missed their boat. And again, we did have them clawing at this cup, so it's like unfinished business. I feel like this person may be searching for closure and being on your social media for some sort of closure. There's something about that coming through. Okay. Pile number... I feel like this person's very frightened by their own emotions. That's how it feels. This person's frightened by their own emotions. And I feel like they're ignoring intuitive signs. You see that little, like, creepy little angel on the shoulder? I feel like they're ignoring signs from the universe and spirit. They may not believe in the universe, spirit, God, anything like that. So it's like their intuition and spirit's like sending them nudges to do the right thing, or end a situation, or walk away from a job, or allow things to fall through. And it's like this person is just like ignoring it. It's like, no, I don't want it to be the end. I don't want, I don't want this tower to actually be gone. I don't want it to just be ruins. Like, no, you know what I mean? Like, there's a feeling of that. Oh, your card fell. Hang on. We have Estefania. Oh, wow. We literally have chains, bondage, release. And it says, she who surrenders. What was I saying? And again, she's on earth and there's water in the background. This person is like... I feel like if there's a point where this person would genuinely speak to you again, there would be a genuine like apology on the table, and this person knows that. There's this feeling of, if I'm to reach out to this person, there needs to be a genuine apology. So then the higher self's coming through, like, let's just surrender, acknowledge where I messed up, do better for myself, and then come through with an apology. But then, because they're scared to actually feel these emotions, they're going back to their old feelings of, that person's wrong, that person's bad, I don't need to feel anything, I don't need to apologize, that person needs to apologize to me, and then they're running away, and it's a cycle. It's a cycle, and they're not surrendering right now, and that's what's causing all of that. We have chains, bondage, release. They're holding on to the tower instead of actually just letting it go, and that tower is a lot of their old pains. Could even be from childhood too. It doesn't just have to be other connections. I do feel like they're more so from other connections, but I do feel, and again, there's so much distraction outside. I don't know if you're hearing it, but I am. And the distraction for me, it's making me feel like there's so much going on in their physical life right now. So every time they even go to think of something's happening in their physical life. It's almost like there's curveballs happening to them in their 3D reality to help them alchemize, because they're not taking the hint and actually surrendering. And they almost feel like life's just crumbling in on them at the moment. But it's like pressure makes diamonds, you know, that it's happening for them to alchemize. They may have even wanted or tried to manifest like a new beginning. And I feel like this surrender is the answer to it, but they're not seeing it as a gift. They're seeing it as like, why is this happening to me? Who are me? Because they don't want to deal with the shadow side of themselves and where they may have messed up and where they were hurt and all of that. Where is... And again, they're stuck with the bondage and chains and releases. Like, they're stuck to the past. Apologies for the knocking on the camera. They're stuck in the past, so it's like they're stuck with things they didn't say to you, connections that didn't get off the ground with you, emotions that they didn't, you know, make you aware of, things that they did, apologies that they didn't say. It's keeping them tied to the situation, and until they deal with it, they're going to keep going around in circles with it. So they keep going back to your social media, because it's like it's fueling them to feel those feelings. They're feeling very drawn to you in regards to that then. And I feel like at least one other person, like I said, at least one other person. I mean, we have 2 waterfalls here, so it could be one other person. Pile number... I'm hearing I don't get it. So they might not know why you keep coming up in their conscious mind right now, but it's because they need to filter through the emotions. Pile number... We have blue. Yeah, fragile, secret love and rejection. Look at that. She who loved once. Look how these cards are resonating. So it's something connected to the heart chakra. With she who loved once, this is something connected to the heart chakra. They were hurt and scorned in the past. It's now coming up. And I feel like because they might have been hurt and scorned in the past, it either was they were hurt and scorned by you, or because they were hurt and scorned in the past, they didn't treat you the best because of it. But they still had feelings there, because we have fragile, secret love and rejection. So this person's still dealing with feelings in regards to you. That's why we have secret love. Maybe a lot of people around them don't know that they have these feelings for you. Maybe they're in another connection and they can't open up about it, you know? But there's like a feeling there. It's like you're a secret. It's like you're still there. It's like that song that always comes through, you'll be my dirty little secret. Like it's that. It's like I can't tell anyone, but it's there. And then we have rejection. So I don't know if you rejected this person. You could have told this person off. This person took it as rejection. This person could have left you before you could leave them. So when the going got tough, they could have left and fled instead of building with you, because they were scared you were going to leave them. And they're still dealing with that rejection, and they're still dealing with the fact that they might have rejected you. There's a feeling of that. There's like a betrayal of their own heart that they're dealing with right now. It's all coming up. They feel really... There's a lot of... It's not even too much grief, because they're too scared to fully feel it. It's mental conflict. That's why I'm getting super confused by a lot of the feelings, you know. Pile number 1. Who's secretly lurking? They're very focused on them, because they've almost taken over the reading and made it very about themselves. Like, this is what I'm going through. This is how I feel. You know, very focused on them. And their own emotions. Nemesis, revenge, outcomes, justice, she who avenges. You guys read tarot because she's holding tarot there. You guys may read tarot. This person, when they're maybe looking at you in a negative way, could look at you like someone that's very manipulative, very sneaky, very sly. A lot of people, especially in regards to like tarot and stuff like that, they may you know, look at people like they have a certain power over someone because they can like read cards and things like that. I know people have felt that way, at least what I've seen in my life sometimes. Even though I just be chilling. I don't really care to read on anyone, to be fair, unless I'm doing it for my channel. But that happens. So this person may be looking at it like that with the cards, that you guys may read tarot. Or again, this person could be reading tarot readings about you, getting tarot readings about you, asking psychics about you, watching pick a cards about you. Who knows, they could be watching this reading right now. We don't know. But yeah, there's something about that coming through. Yeah, so when they're moving into their more vengeful, you know, triggered energy, I feel like they may look at you then like, I'm hearing Billie Eilish's song Bad Guy, you know, they may be looking at you like that. Pile number 1, who is lurking? Who's lurking on my pile 1s? We've got some more cards. I was only going to pull 1, but I'll use them. What have we got? What do we have? We have she who thrives, orchard, flourish, prosper, blossom. So they could be looking at your social media and feeling like you're doing better without them. And they may not like that. Like I said, with the emotional energy here, with the talons, it's almost like I used to have an emotional connection with you, or I used to have an emotional hold over you, and when I left I thought I was going to be the one doing better and moving on to better things, but that seems to be you, and I don't like that. Maybe that's triggering them. That could be something that's triggering them too. We then have Zenith, she who prepares, formulate, strategize, devise. So this person may even be planning or thinking of ways to maybe reach out to you, thinking of what they might say, how the conversation might go, something like that. That's what I'm feeling. And the back of the deck, we literally have she who guides, new path, guide, renewal. So that's what this person's stepping towards, or that door is becoming available for them to step towards, but they have to go through this alchemization that they are not wanting to go through right now, and it's causing a lot of pain for them right now, a lot of conflict for them right now. So let's pull 1 more card. Pile number 1, who is lurking on my pile 1's social media, please, spirit guides? Who's lurking on my pile 1's social media? The Star. They could have strong Aquarius energy in their chart, but we have the Star here. So this person's, I do feel as well like this person's feeling numb. And do you know what they might be doing as well? Because we had the guide card at the back of the deck here, she who guides. They could also as well, again, if you guys do read tarot or you're into, you know, spirituality or anything like that, they could, because they're having trouble connecting with their emotions, I feel like they may see you as somebody that's quite emotional. And I feel like they may be looking towards you as some sort of guide right now, because you deal with emotions in a way that they feel is quite effortless, and you connect to your emotions in that way. They may be looking to you to help them rebirth. That may be why they're drawn to you too. Again, this could have been a dynamic as well, where this person was a bit of a broken bird and came to you for healing and light and things like that. So this person may be looking towards you or feeling drawn towards you because they feel like you could mend their situation. Again, do you remember with like the back of the deck here, the 7 of Cups? So they may be drawing a picture up of you in their mind, like, well, if I go to this person, look at the Cups here as well, if I go to this person may be able to help me get out of this situation. If this tower is falling, why don't I go to someone that has had towers fall and has bounced back and is building new towers? Why don't I go to that person? Maybe this person could help me. So I feel like they're looking towards you in that way as well. But then they jump back into that feeling of like, again, with the book here, it's like you're someone full of wisdom, but then they're jumping back with the nemesis energy of, oh, well, they'd love that, wouldn't they? They'd love if I ran back. They'd love if I, you know, was feeling this way and went back to them. They'd love that. I can't show them that. No way. And again, it's a cycle that they're going round in. There's so much going on in their head, guys, but for some reason there's something that they're hooked on with you that they haven't alchemized, and it's hard to really pinpoint a lot of their emotions because there's so much going on for them right now. We have the Knight at the back of the deck. When we think of the Knight is not a king. So I feel like this person, I feel like this person is going through a phase where they could be emotionally maturing and mentally maturing, but it's almost like they're fighting it off with that sword. It's like that's still a little bit too scared to really feel these emotions. And until they choose to surrender, I don't think you really will hear from them. If you were to hear from them, I feel like it would be very vague. They'd still have their back up a little bit. They'd still have their sword in their hand. They might be a little bit cocky or a little bit closed down. I don't think you'd get much of an apology. But if they choose to surrender, I do see them maybe stepping towards you with some sense of an apology. Yeah, that's what I'm picking up. But it's really hard to get to the core of what they're feeling because they don't know. And if, quite frankly, it is kind of being alchemized for them. So there isn't really a solid base of what I can fully pull. But I hope this resonated and wasn't too confusing for you. So pile number 1, that is what I had for you. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you enjoyed. I'll have another Halloween themed video up on Wednesday. And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at who is currently lurking on your social media. So you guys chose the comment. Straight away, I'm really being taken to the orange on the sides. And the reason I'm being taken there is whenever I'm feeling a bit low or sad, I have a friend called Sam, and hi Sam if you're watching, and Sam always says to me, when you're feeling sad, to smell an orange, because the smell of an orange like gives off like a hormone or something that makes you feel happy, or something like that. So I always like, whenever I have an orange, I really smell it, like really smell it. So there's something about you almost acting like a bright light in someone's life, and that's who's lurking on your social media, or even bringing guidance or messages of truth, because with the comet here we have the clouds around it, so it's almost like you're bringing light to someone's fog, like bringing a bright light to someone's day. It doesn't feel anything like sinister. It almost feels like someone's looking up to you, or someone looks to you for guidance, or someone looks to you as someone that is a bit of an inspiration to them. That's something that's coming through. So I'm gonna pop that here, because I want to see who this person is, so we're going to pull tarot for that. But that's what I picked up. And you know what I picked up with that card as well? There's a movie called Stardust where this girl's kind of like a fallen star, and I don't know much else of the plot, but I know that happens, and it just reminds me of that with that star. It's like a fallen star's worth, like someone's feeling that way about you. You may be someone that is quite ethereally attractive, like ethereal beauty, you know, like a Harley Bailey, like ethereal beauty, whether you're whatever gender, like there's just something very mystical and something like that about you that this person's being really drawn to about you. And you feel bright as well. So I don't know if you wear bright colors. You may wear white a lot, you might wear yellow, orange, you know, luminous colors or whatever. There's just this feeling of you guys feeling very bright, like you stand out is what I'm trying to say. So pile number 2, who is lurking on my pile number 2's social media? Who is lurking on my pile number 2's social media? Upright, upside down, upright, okay. 8 of Wands. We have the 8 of Wands. We have the 3 of Cups. Okay, I'm hearing the Iggy Azalea song Team, and she's like, are you effing with the team? I feel like this is someone that would want to stand next to you, or somebody that would want to be part of like a friend group you have, or just want to be your friend. This is someone that wants to be in your inner circle, wants to be in the know of what you're up to, someone that wants to be around you. It's like someone that has like respect for you or something that you do, or just the person that you are. It's like they may even try to mirror their life around yours. Yeah, there is a little bit of a feeling of that coming through, because we're thinking of one specific person. So if this person's standing out, this does feel like that. Pile number 2. Who's lurking on my pile number 2 social media? Okay, we have the 4 of Pentacles. Okay. Who is lurking on my pile number 2 social media? Yeah, Four of Swords. I see this happen a lot in readings like this. There is genuinely always a pile where this may come through. At least every other type of reading like this, I get an energy like this. We have the Three of Swords at the back of the deck. Okay, so so this person's very drawn to something that you do, something that you talk about, or it could just be a genuine lifestyle, the way that you dress. Sometimes people are just drawn to people just because of their inner light, but it's like they'll see somebody's inner light in their aura, which I feel like this person's seeing with you. We have the Comet, there's that star energy. This person is seeing that with you, but then it's like a lot of the time when people don't quite understand that that could just be someone's uniqueness and their authenticity, they may start to mimic everything that that person's doing. So they could wear certain clothes, copy certain mannerisms, copy the way that person speaks. And sometimes it's quite subconscious. Sometimes they don't even realize that they're mimicking the words or mimicking things like that. They're just doing it because they're naturally drawn to that person. So this person's feeling quite drawn to you, and it's funny, they're almost looking at themselves a little bit like as an apprentice towards you, or trying to mimic, but then it's like, also I can stand next to that person, I want to stand next to that person, and it kind of feels like that. I feel like this person would like to be in your inner circle, or around you, or standing next to you, or have something that you have. You could be a very good poet, you could write a lot of like big essays on social media. This person could want to be as good at it as you. This could be like you're mastering some sort of degree or mastering some sort of career path. This person's right at the beginning, but they're looking at you and maybe looking up to you. So maybe modeling a bit of themselves to you. And again, it could just be like your looks and the way that you dress. You know, like when you see celebrities and they have that sort of aura, because they're so authentic, people want to mimic them. You see it with Alexia, like everybody wants to, you know, dress like that or look like that because she has a particular aura. You see a lot of young girls with ponytails, you know, trying to be like an Ariana, and you see that because people see something and they want to mimic, you know what I mean? You see that a lot. So there's something about you that's shining that this person's really drawn to. I'm being told by spirit it is harmless. However, I know that sometimes that can be a little bit annoying. Let me just get into the cards now. So 8 of Wands, spirit guides. Why do we have the 8 of Wands? Yeah, it's like this. Okay. Whatever it is that you do, yes, it comes naturally to you, but when anyone has like a specific gift or a talent that they're good at, it comes with its own set of trials and tribulations. But to the person that has the gift and has the talent, those trials and tribulations, that they have the energy in them to alchemize those trials and tribulations, because they wouldn't have had that task in life if they weren't capable of being able to make it through. You know what I mean? So for example, when somebody's a psychic, that comes with its, like, for example, if someone's a healer, it comes with its own trials and tribulations. You have to go through a lot of heartache in earlier life, but you have that heart able to alchemize it. You know what I mean? And so on and so on. I don't feel like this person, something that they're mimicking within you, it doesn't fit them. It's not for them. So the trials and tribulations that are coming up for them to muster, it's not necessarily working. And then there's a frustration or a little bit of a resentment coming through towards you, in a sense of like, well, how come they get it so easy? They must be cheating. They can't be doing all of that on their own. This person is getting it so easy and I'm getting it so hard. How does it come so easy to this person? And it doesn't come easy to you. It's just you're able to take it in stride because I feel like you're built for it. Whereas this person could be built for something in regards to what's going on, but mimicking you, they may be taken then, you know, because the universe is like, okay, you want this, well, you have to go through this then. So when the universe is supplying them with it, it's like they're having a hard time getting through it. It's like with a sword, yeah, they're having a hard time hacking the wood because they don't have the right sword for it and they're finding it hard. And with the bird here in the notes app, it's almost like notes app. I don't know why I said notes app, but the notes in its beak. It's like this person's trying to maybe take notes on you, and again, it's like they're making it look so easy. So it's like that they're trying, but it doesn't feel like it's working. And I feel like with the 3 of Swords at the back of the deck, I feel like this person, it's causing them a little bit of pain a little bit. It's causing them a little bit of anger. It's causing towers to fall down because that wasn't their blueprint. They have their own blueprint that they're ignoring. And I feel like it's happening as a lesson for them to become unique, connect to themselves, you know, really pour into themselves instead of looking beyond themselves. They haven't learned that yet. This 3 of Cups here, it's like they're almost looking at you and looking at accomplishments you have, things that because when we're thinking of social media, we post a lot of our highlights on social media. So this person may be looking at your highlights and being like, well, how come they have all of this and I don't? This isn't fair. You know, this is like impossible. I don't get it. There's a lot of that coming through. And with the 4 of Pentacles as well, this person may be trying then to like really mimic you, copy things that you're doing with him holding the 4 of Pentacles, because they're trying to fit a mold that isn't their mold. And it's just not working for them, and they're having a hard time of it. Yeah, the 4 of Swords are getting burnt out. It's almost like they're seeing you as this rose. They're seeing you as a rose that came from the concrete, so they're trying to plant themselves into the concrete to try and bloom like a rose, but it's not working. So they have all these roses around them because they've been trying to mimic, and they're underneath and they're trying to wait for them to blossom or get these accolades that you may have, but because they're not actually doing the work, they're just kind of mimicking what they're seeing. It's not blooming. They're having a hard time of it, and they're getting really frustrated, and it's causing a lot of this pain. So they're just sitting here then, life's feeling a bit still, or it's triggering them, you know what I mean? It's triggering feelings of unworthiness and all of that, and yeah, they're having a hard time with it, but yet they're still looking towards you as someone that's like, they're looking up to you sort of thing. And I don't normally bring like too much pop culture, or maybe I do, I don't know. Do I? I don't know. But I've noticed on social media, there's, you know, Nicki Minaj, there's been beef with another rapper, her name's Latto. And obviously Latto's like new in the game, and Nicki Minaj has been in the game for like 10 years. And I don't really know the ins and out. I don't keep up with stuff like that. But I know that like when you see like a legend in a music industry, you look at a Beyonce, you look at Whitney Houston, you look at a Mariah Carey, people tend to mimic that blueprint. Or even you could argue that Lil Kim is the blueprint. You know what I mean? And you have these legends, you have the Michael Jacksons, you know, you have all of these legends in the game. People are always mimicking them. People are always wanting to be like them. And a lot of the times it'll fall short because they're not being unique. And the reason that those legends stuck out is because they were unique to themselves. There was no one like an Amy Winehouse. You know what I mean? There was no one like a Selena Quintanilla. There was no one like that. And the more you mimic, you're just going to be a little bit of a carbon copy, and it's not going to last because you're not creating a foundation for yourself, which is when the tower then falls. So they're almost looking towards you as someone that's unique and someone that's done something that's like, you know, you're a light, you're someone to look up to, but then they're trying to mimic it, but then it's kind of like not working. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just not, it's not fitting because it might not be theirs. But because they see your light, it's like, well, I have to dress like them, be like them, talk like them, have that career to feel confident and shine like them. Whereas the reason you're shining is nothing to do with your career. It's nothing to do with the way you dress. It's nothing to do with the way you talk. You're shining because it's you, and you're being authentic to you. And I don't think this person's grasped that, and it's causing them pain because you see the tear here. And you see the shadow very prominent in this card. The shadows aren't prominent in the cards except this one, which is where they're coming from. It's their shadow that's keeping them locked in this cycle. And you see that with the tear, it's like it's not making them happy, and then they're confused then why they're not shining like you, but they haven't realized yet that they have to go inward. Or maybe the universe is calling them inward to shine like you, and that's what they're not liking. They feel like, well, how come I've got to go through all this? But you had to too. You had to be unique. You had to be confident in yourself. You had to shine the way that you did, but they might not be seeing that, you know. So let's pull some more cards. Pile number 2. This could be a co-worker. Pile number... something they're doing just does not fit them, and they're getting very frustrated. Pile number Pile number 2. Who is lurking? Who is lurking on my pile number 2 social media? We have Primavera, she who begins, launch, actualize, potential. Now, when people envy someone, a lot of the times it's because they're triggering their own insecurities. But when someone looks up to someone, it's because they have that potential to be that within themselves, but they haven't met it yet. So they're looking outside of themselves to that other person as the source of inspiration instead of themselves. This person has the ability to shine like that and alchemize, and that's why they're drawn to you. That's why they may be drawn to your blueprint. But to follow your blueprint to the T and copy every little thing you're doing, that's not going to help them, because they could take inspiration from you, and that inspiration is to go within and blossom within, deal with that shadow that's lurking behind. They could do that, but they're choosing not to. And the minute they do that, they'll be able to begin their own journey and be their own little comet and their own little step, but they're not choosing to do it. They're still looking outside of themselves. So this potential that they see in you, it's a potential that they're also seeing in themselves. It's being mirrored back, but they haven't quite got the hint that they need to go within yet. Pile number 2. Oh. Abanolaka. She who battles, justice, fear, commitment. I feel like this person just feels like they're not letting up. It's like they're fighting their shadow and their demons instead of befriending them and alchemizing them. They're fighting their insecurities instead of listening to them to help them shine from within. Everything that could help them, they're batting it off, because it's almost like it's easier to portray this than actually go through that. Or they don't. It's either I'd rather pretend than actually be it to get the shine, or for some of you guys it's I don't realize going through this tunnel of darkness is going to take me to my own light, so I don't want to do it. I want to stay here. And it's different for, you know, whoever. See what resonates for you. You'll know who I'm talking about, and you'll know just by your own intuition if this is someone that just wants the facade of it or actually wants it but is a bit lost. And it's their own journey either way. Pile number... We have Savage, Untamed, Wild, Mysterious, She who is wild. I feel like that's how this person, what this person feels towards you, because when I was looking at the comet as well, you know, like when you have a pain and it's like a dull sensation or like an ache and it lingers, but then you have that pain that's like a pinching pain and it's sharp and it wakes you up. You know, when you get a wax and it's like, whoa, there's like a sharp, like, boom that you bring to this person, like a lightning in a bottle, and it's something that you have. It's your creativity, it's your confidence, it's that light you have in a bottle. That's what this person feels like. Maybe watching you, looking at your social media, they feel like they benefit from it with you, if that makes sense. It's like, wow, wow, wow. And I do feel like you do inspire them because of that, but they see you as somebody that's very wild, dances to the beat of their own drum, very unique, so they're drawn to it. Pile number... We have Perpetua, sadness, solitude, silent, withdrawal. Yeah, this person just keeps falling back down because, again, one, they're either trying to mimic you as a facade, so the universe is like, you want to be like that, here's this, and they're like, whoa, they're falling back down and feeling annoyed and sad. Or the universe is like, you want to be like that, go through this tunnel of darkness, alchemize, you can shine too. And this person's like, whoa, no, and then feeling sad. So they keep feeling like they're hitting a brick wall. They may also be going through a winter phase in their life right now, and they're looking at you like the sun. We also have She who whispers, secrets, confessions, confident. So this person may not support you publicly, but you may be aware of them. This person may not support a lot of what you do, but then behind the scenes mimic it. It could be something like that. That's something that's coming through. I don't think this person would want it to be known that they might try and, you know, mimic and things like that. So let's pull one final card for you guys. There's always a pile where this type of energy comes out. I don't know if it's like you guys, like the same person every time, or whether it's different for all of you guys and everybody kind of goes through this at one point. I don't know, but there's always a pile that has that, which is quite interesting. Pile number, here you go. We have skull. So this person may be going through a lot of shadow work right now. I feel like this person, like again with the winter phase, I feel like this person is going through a lot of their own shadows, and I feel like they're trying to clutch to anything that can inspire them or take them away from what they're feeling right now, their own insecurities and anything like that. And I feel like you are a source of inspiration for them right now, and that's why they're on your social media. I think it's something to do with a career, your style, the way you look, or if you make TikToks and things, just the way you do things. Because one thing I will say about you, and I'm tapping into it now, you're very creative. You have a fire in you and you're very creative. And I think that's what this person's really drawn to. It allows you to stand out. You know, when you see those new artists and they come out and they're like unique, like they don't look like anyone. They have their own way of doing things and it's just very unique to them. You're like that. Yeah, that's kind of how you're feeling. And we have the Knight at the back of the deck. So with the swords, just reminding me of mental energy. It's like they're taking notes. And again, we have orange here. So it's almost like you're sobering them up. You're making them feel good. But yeah, it's like they're mentally getting a bit of a fix from your energy right now. And looking at you as a bit of a blueprint. They do look up to you. They do look up to you. But yeah, they're forgetting to look up to themselves. So that's what I have for you, pal 2. I really hope this resonated. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if it did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you guys are watching. And hopefully I will see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey, pal 3, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at who is lurking on your social media. So you guys chose Rogue. I'm going to say Rogue for the reading. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. The first thing I'm taken to with this card, you guys, is, you know, in Sleeping Beauty, isn't it? When she's in the tower and there's like a forest that's grown all around her and the Prince Charming has to like hack all the weeds and the plants away to get to her. That's what I'm getting with this sword, but it's almost like I'm hacking at information because the swords represents mental energy, you know, air energy. So it's almost like I'm hacking through, I'm trying to find information. I'm trying to make my way in. It's either I'm trying to make my way in or I'm trying to find information on this person. Are you guys quite private on your social media? Are you guys quite far and in between in regards to when you post? Do you guys very rarely post? Or, you know, you guys like say now may have a project, but as like, whereas in the past you may have like posted about what you were doing, your project, and now it's just like, you will only show the end game. You'll only show the finished business. You won't show the process anymore. There's something about that. Like, it could even be that you used to overshare a lot on social media. So it made it very easy for this person to know how to make their way in, or just be able to make an assumption about you because you overshared a lot. Whereas now you don't. There's a flip that's happened, which is causing a bit of frustration. And this person is feeling like they have to hack their way in. Something about that. You may have even had a mutual friend, because I'm hearing Jessie Ray as a song Mutual Friend. So you may have had a mutual friend that may have been a bridge between you two, or may have been a passer of information, but that mutual friend isn't there anymore. So it's like, how can I get in? There's something about that coming through. Let's see who this person is then. This person doesn't want to be known. That's one thing I'm going to say. This person doesn't want to be known. And my spirit guides don't want me to fully tap into this person. My spirit guides are holding me on the outside and just kind of viewing. Because this person's energy doesn't feel... I don't even know how to put it into words because I'm not sitting in their energy. So I can't even describe to fully what's going on. But it'll pass through when my spirit guides want me to know anything with the reading. I'm sure of it. So let's just lay the cards and see what passes through. So spirit guides, my pile number 3s. Who's lurking on my pile number 3 social media and why? Who's lurking on my pile number 3's social media? We have the Page of Pentacles. Who is lurking on my pile number 3's social media and why? Knight of Pentacles, okay. Page of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. Who is... Oh, they came out very easy. 6 of Cups. Okay. And we have the Queen of Swords. This person likes to gossip, pile 3. This person likes to gossip, and this person, there's a feeling of this person as a bit manipulative. And I'm also being told this person does look at life a little bit like knowledge is power. And we have the Knight of Wands here. This person likes to know things. This person likes to gossip. It's reminding me of Gretchen from Mean Girls. That's why her hair is so big. It's full of secrets. Like, that's what I'm hearing. I feel like that's this type of person. I don't know why. With the Knight of Wands here, do you see how it's like the guy's dressed up as a bug? Because they're not, you know, they're human beings, but it's dressed like a bug. And then it's on like a little thing. It's like this person has like a burner account maybe, so that you don't catch them looking at your social media or something like that. Or this person's the type of person that may throw rocks and hide their hands. Play none the wiser. There's something about that coming through. Or they may try and find information in a way of being friendly, but there's an ulterior motive. There's something about them hiding behind something here. Do you notice how he's not getting his feet dirty? He's not having to bear a lot of the strength of having to walk for miles because he's on the back of something. There's a feeling of that. I feel like this person may as well, when they would have been in your life, they could still be in your life, but I don't feel they are the way that they're finding it hard to get in. This person could be somebody as well that, how do I explain this? They benefit from maybe putting other people down or other people's misfortunes. They benefit from other people's cracks in their foundation. That's where they'll make their way in. It's reminding me a little bit of, like, you know, when you connect with spirit and you connect with the spirit world, a lot of negative energies, when they try to make their way in, they're not going to show themselves or just come at you with a negative force. They're going to use your own fears and all of that against you. The more you do the shadow work and the more you patch up those foundations, they don't have a way in. So there's a feeling of that person, but in a physical way. I'm trying to make my way in, but this person's filled up that crack and filled up that crack. You know, like, this person could have said, this person isn't going to amount to nothing, and then you've done, you know, very well for yourself. So this person's like, oh, okay, well, this person's, you know, a really bitchy person, but they have yet to be able to prove that specifically on your social media. You come across very nice. And then they're like, okay, well, this person isn't doing this, but then you're doing it. So they're having a hard time being able to really gossip about you. One, because they haven't got much to pull. Second of all, it's like you've almost bounced back at what they might have been able to have as a hold over you. So now it's like, well, what are you going to say now? You know what I mean? How are you going to make me the bad guy now? What are you going to say? It's reminding me of, like, everyone saying that Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber were, like, at each other's throats, and then they posted that picture, and now everyone's like, oh. So it's like, at least as far as I know, because I'm filming this a week in advance, like a week or two in advance. So there's like a feeling of that. It's like I'm trying to pry now for more information. Surely everything isn't as what it seems. This person's got a sneaky, snithery, manipulative way about them, and they're trying to find their way in. I feel like you've cut this person off, or you don't have this person in your life, and they're trying to find their way in. Do you see how this person's got all these parts, trying to find out how to, like, make something work? It's like this person's trying to you know, collect anything that they can and really build some sort of picture, but they're not getting the full picture because they only have maybe 2 pieces of the puzzle, because you're not feeding them. I feel like in the past you fed this person without realizing it. You fed this person information maybe on your social media. You maybe talked to certain people and it got back to them and they were fed that way. You guys may have put a lot of things you were going through on social media. You fed this person somehow before. Maybe you gave your power away to this person, or maybe you just gave your power away, but your misfortune fed this person because you were giving your power away, but you're not doing it anymore. Maybe you were somebody that was quite unconfident. Maybe you guys didn't post selfies or things like that, and maybe you guys covered yourself up a lot or weren't very expressive. Maybe it benefited this person. Now you're not. So it's like you're not feeding this person, because this person feels like they feed off of some sort of misfortune in some sort of way, which is not nice, but you're untouchable to them, can I say. So this person's looking for ways to manipulate a situation or looking for ways to talk, but you're someone that they can't talk about. But because you might have been able to feed them in the past, it's like they may still check up on you and try and find information, but you're acing it and being told because you're not giving them anything to critique. And I feel like they're watching you a little bit like a play, because if you see this Six of Cups, you know, they're watching this show. So that they are watching and seeing what you're up to, but I feel like you're perfecting everything. You know, when you watch like a talent show, like America's Got Talent, you have The X Factor, you have, you know, Britain's Got Talent, you have all of these type of shows, American Idol, I think it is, I don't know. You have these shows, The Voice, that's another one, and people like judge, but they judge, and when somebody hasn't got something down to a T, they're able to judge that. You were singing too flat, that wasn't very good, you need to improve on that. This person's very critical and judge you about everything, except for themselves, I feel. Or maybe they're so judgmental and critical about themselves that they just spill it on to other people too. However, you're putting on such a show, they haven't really got anything to critique, and it might be irritating them a bit, you know? That's something that's kind of irritating them. I'm going to be honest with you, this is an energy I don't like. The other two I could tolerate. It was like, okay, this energy I don't like, but I feel like you're well aware, and I feel like you're very in your power, and there's absolutely nothing to worry about with this person, because this is their energy right now. They're just like, I feel like they like to sit on somebody's misfortune sort of thing. We have the 10 of Wands there. This person may be struggling with, you know, we've got the earthy energy here, the Pentacles. This person may have a lot of earth in their chart. This person could be struggling a little bit financially. This person could be struggling in career. Again, their worthiness, because I'm thinking of the second house. We have 2 full moons there. We actually have we have 4 full moons in this deck, and the full moons only make a little bit of a rare appearance, so I feel like this person could be releasing right now. But that's something that's coming through. I don't really like that energy, to be honest with you, but I want to pull more and get more information. Who is lurking on my pile 3, social media, and why, please, spirit guides? Who is lurking? Oh God, there's something that this person may have been able to say about you in the past that they can't say anymore. It's like you've proved this person wrong in a way, and they're looking for a crack, but they can't find one. I know it sounds a bit weird, but that's what I'm being shown. Pile number 3. Let me pop this over here now, because that's going to go here. Pile number 3. We have Kamala, she who emerges, enlightenment, mindfulness, rise up. Yeah, so you've grown from something. There was something they might have been able to talk about in the past that you've grown from. You guys may have been going through a lot in the past. And you may have been going through a lot of trauma in the past, a lot of pain. You could have been doing a lot of healing, but you've emerged from that. So this person's seeing that you've emerged from that, and now they're wanting to know how you emerged, what happened, how you're like now, because then they're able to like find things to talk about, but they can't because you're very private about it, and that's what they're not liking. But I feel like you've emerged quite strong, and that's something that they're having a hard time getting to grips with. Pile number 3, please, spirit guides. Pile number 3. Pile number 3, please, spirit guides. Pile number 3. Who is lurking? Am I using these? Yeah. Okay. So we have Zenith, she who prepares, formulates, strategize, devise. So again, this person's like in an earthy way, because I think that they think with logic. I feel like this person is, again, trying to make their way in. Surely everything can't be this perfect. How did they do this? How did they do that? What are they up? Like very logically thinking of things like that to try and accumulate information, but it's just in a very manipulative way. Strategizing, you know what I mean? And they're using it in a negative way. And it's like, I mean, they feel quite intuitive, but again, they use it in a negative way. I don't feel like they're into spirituality in the sense that they do any like evil eye in any work like that. They don't feel like that. They feel too practical for that, but they have a level of intuition. And I feel like they may have a bit of water in the chart, so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but they're in an underdeveloped energy. So it's a shadow side of the water energy, which can, you know, a lot of the time with water energy, when it's underdeveloped, it can form quite, you know, manipulative energies and things like that. And that's how it's coming through from your person. We have she who doubts, Enid, fear, awareness, trust, not fair. wariness, trust. No, it does say fear. Do you see how I'm like doubting myself even reading the card? Because I just like read it and then told myself that wasn't how it was pronounced, and it is. I know how to pronounce fear, but I doubted something very simple then. I feel like this person's quite insecure within themselves. I mean, that kind of goes without saying if we're really looking at the reading like that. You wouldn't be gossiping if you were quite secure in yourself, would you? Yeah, this person doubts themselves, so it's like, I don't feel 100%. I don't feel like I've got a crown in my head. I don't feel like what I've got to offer is good. So I feel better when other people are going through it, because then that makes me feel good. And I don't want to deal with my own insecurities, so I feel better gossiping about other people. You know, it feels like that. That's how it feels. Quite insecure is this person, pile 3. And then we have she who thrives, orchard, flourish, prosper, blossom. So it's like they may have enjoyed or found in a bit of empowerment in you not blossoming before, in you going through things, and you having to, you know, you could have been someone that made sacrifices to get to where you're at in regards to your life. Like, you could have been someone that went through years of shadow work to then blossom. You could have been someone that, you know, didn't go out much and didn't spend a lot of money because you were working on something to then eat and gain later on. So when you were in that phase of not really shining too much because you were focusing on something, this person gained and was able to talk about it. But now that you're flourishing, it's like, oh, I've read this situation completely wrong, and now I'm trying to find information on this new version and it's not coming out, and I don't know how to deal with it. That's how it's coming through. And then we have she who hesitates, ponder, delay, confidence. So again, I feel like maybe you've made a lot of leaps in the dark. Maybe you are somebody that's quite out there. Maybe you are someone that's quite a bright light, and this person's like, they're not liking that. You know what I mean? They're not liking that at all. I feel like you've grown into yourself, and now this person's like, oh, but they're trying to find some information. They can't get it. They're struggling to get information. And that's as simple as it is. I don't feel like there's much more to it, you guys. I'm going to pull your final card, but I don't feel there's much more to it. I just feel like this person is a bit of a gossip. You may have had some misfortunes and they were able to feel empowered off of it, but now you're private and you are flourishing and they can't deny it. So now it's like, oh, and they're trying to find cracks right now. I don't think it's going to last. I don't think that they are going to continue to, like, you know, keep trying to find cracks, because I think you're giving them a hard job at it. I think you're doing your job perfectly. I think you're shining and flourishing, but you're private about how you got there and very careful where you're putting your energy on what you're saying. Maybe because of this person. Maybe this person had something to do with it. But I feel like they'll just move on to someone else then. It's quite a simple energy. I feel like I don't need to continue to go deeper. I feel like that's it. I don't think this person's very good to be around, though, if you are around them, because Spirit didn't even want me to sit in their energy. So I feel like they may be a bit malicious. Pile 3. Who's lurking? We have Throne. Yeah, so I feel like it might be a little bit of a power play. This person felt like they could have power over you. Knowing information about you gave them power. It made them feel powerful. Now they don't have that information. They're seeing you on the throne, but they can't get any information on you. There's a secrecy to you that they don't like, and they feel like you've kind of like one-upped them now. That's how it's kind of feeling. And the back of the deck we have the star, which is showing that you guys have rebirthed. And again, the stars are untouchable because it's in the sky. You can't reach a star. And there's so much mysticism and so much mystery in regards to space and how we even got here. And I feel like, you know, we have whole science programs trying to find out, you know, where these stars are coming from and what's going on up there. We have so many, you know, we have astrology, we have astronomy, we have so much going on to try and understand it, which is very much a representation of you and this person trying to understand you. So that is what's going on here. It's a bit of knowledge is power, but they're not able to get the knowledge, so they don't feel powerful, and they're viewing you then as the one in power. Very interesting, which is funny because I don't think you've ever even tried to find out any information about them. You don't need it. You're like, that's not what I need for power, don't worry. Like, I'm not bothered. I feel like they may be a little bit paranoid that you might, but it's because our own perception of life is how we think other people move. So if we're paranoid, we think other people are. If we're a bit malicious, we think other people are. If we think people are cheating, it's because we are a bit guilty and we might have been cheating too. You know what I mean? That tends to happen. So that's where it's, you know, coming from. So pile 3, that is what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this and I hope it brought you clarity. Absolutely nothing to worry about with this reading. I would just say keep shining, because, you know, stay mad. Like that's what I want to say, stay mad. But yeah, keep shining, pile 3. And I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if it resonated, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next reading. So thank you guys for watching. Hey pile 4, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at who is lurking on your social media and why. So you guys chose this card, which is the Idiot. What can you tell me about this card, please, spirit guides? My pile number 4, who's lurking on my pile number 4 social media? This is either someone that's how to explain this? This is either somebody from your past, pile 4, that may have messed up and is coming back. And it doesn't feel that bad, though. It doesn't feel like a situation where, like, you'll never want to talk to this person again. It could just have been, like, a false start. Or it could be that this person's tried to connect with you in the past and maybe you've left them unread, or you haven't been that interested. Or maybe this person hasn't even tried yet, but they feel like, oh, this person's out of my league, this person wouldn't be interested in me, this person wouldn't want to talk to me. Like, there's a feeling of that. So there's like a bit of a shyness coming through. Just here he's like hiding his eyes. It's like, I want to send a message, but then I don't want. And again, it could be someone from the past wanting to maybe give an apology or something like that. Or it could be someone that's been a friend for a while wanting to ask you out. Or it could just be like a friend that because I'm just going off a feeling that I'm feeling here. It could just be a friend that wants to get closer to you but is a bit awkward in asking to like see you or spend time with you. It could be something like that. Let's get into the cards and see, because all I've got from that card was a feeling and nothing else. So this person could be very connected to like water signs. They could have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio on their chart. This person could be a bit empathetic, a bit of empathic even. This person could be clairsentient because they strongly feel. This person feels like they're very connected to their feelings. Yeah, there's a shyness coming through here, pile 4. So pile number 4, please. Pile number 4, please, for guys. This could be someone new in your life or someone wanting to start something with you. The Emperor. Okay. Who is currently lurking on my pile number 4 social media, please, spirit guides? The World. Okay. Is this someone from the past? Pile number 4. Who is lurking on my pile number 4 social media? Knight of Cups. You almost have all major arcanas except for the Knight of Cups. Yeah, this is someone wanting to step towards you romantically. We have the Empress. Wait, okay, hang on. We have the 4 of wands at the back of the deck. This is someone that likes you, pile 4, and they might have been waiting for you to close out a cycle in your life where you were letting go of some things with the World here. And I love how I was talking about the water, and we have the Knight of Cups, and then we have the water in the background of the World here. It's like, I feel like this person is look at them looking at each other. I feel like this person is almost looking at you as a little bit of an equal, or feeling like you guys could build something. But it's like, I'm hearing a whole new world by Aladdin. It's almost like we could build something, we could start something together, we could build, we could actually like start a connection here. Like, I'm offering you something here. We have the shells here on a beach. I feel like this person's looking at you in a really romantic sense, because the shells are reminding me of Aphrodite, who's, you know, the goddess of love. So it's like, I feel like this person has romantic feelings and is wanting to start something with you now. For some of you guys with the World card here, this could be somebody from the past, somebody that is wanting to start a new beginning with you, because I'm hearing a whole new world. Somebody that wants a fresh start, has always maybe looked at you like that but hasn't felt ready. Maybe they've gone through their own inner shadow work to be able to build something to have with you. But as you see here, you know, you have the male and the female here, and they're basically building this 4 of Wands, and I just feel like that's how they're looking at you. if it's someone from the past, they might not have looked at you in that way, or they might not have been ready. Their own morals and what they wanted in life might not have matched up to yours at that point, so they needed to go through their own emotional maturity. Or again, this could be somebody fresh that is now for the first time looking at life like they want to build, they want to grow, they want to have a connection with somebody, and they're looking at you as that, because with them being the Emperor and you being the Empress, they're looking at you as their divine counterpart, or someone that could be their divine counterpart, somebody that they could build with. That's how they're looking at you. And it's as simple as they're wanting to build from the ground up. However, with the Idiot card here, I feel like there's insecurities in this person's awareness, conscious awareness of, you know, you guys could be friends, because I'm hearing the Demi Lovato song Ruin the Friendship. So you guys could be friends and this person's too scared to take that plunge. You guys could just be going, you know, quite well, and they don't want to rock the boat. Or again, this could be, again, somebody from the past, and they're like, well, what if they're not interested? What if they don't want to start something with me? What if they don't want to build this with me? What if that? You know what I mean? And this wouldn't be somebody that, I'm being told to say, this wouldn't be somebody that you wouldn't want. This wouldn't be somebody that you're like, F you, I never want to talk to you again, if it's someone from the past. This is someone that it was a false start, or nothing really got off the ground, but nothing that bad happened. It's like it was a what if sort of situation. It was the one that got away sort of situation, or it wasn't the right time. You were like two ships passing in the night, whereas now you're both crossing paths. And again, if it's new, this is a new person crossing your path, able to build. And again, this person could have been in your life for a while because they would have been waiting for you to clear up a cycle. Or maybe they didn't make a move because they were clearing up cycles. Maybe you've said to this person, I'm not ready right now. I'm going through things. I need time on my own. So there's almost this feeling of this person waiting in the sidelines until they feel ready to really give this cup to you, and that you deserve it, because they're looking at you as someone that could be a good tag team, or a good, you know, Romeo to their Juliet, or Juliet to their Romeo, however you want to see that, Juliet to their Juliet, I don't know. But that's how they're looking at the situation. But they feel like you're someone that is level-headed and someone that they could build with, somebody that's very, they feel like they could build an emotional connection with you. And people build connections for different reasons, but they almost feel like they resonate with you because you guys have such a strong empathic nature, connection to spirit. It feels like an intuitive nature. You flow and they flow, so they feel like you'd mesh really well. That's why they're wanting to build with you. And there's something about them feeling like either they're drawn to you and it just comes easy that they're drawn to you, because it could be that you guys are part of the same soul tribe, or if you guys have had a connection before, you guys flow easy, you talk easy, you just fall into each other's lap, you guys just click very well. So this person's looking at it like that, like, well, this is meant to be something, surely this is meant to be something. There's a feeling of that coming through. I want to pull more cards and get deeper, but that's as simple as it is. I'm not being taken to anything more deeper. I just feel like with the Idia, this person almost feels like, I tried before and they weren't interested, or maybe I let this slip before and I shouldn't have, or they're just worried of you knocking them back. They don't want to get rejected is the feeling here. So pile number, they almost see you as someone as well that's quite prying. And by that I mean, they're looking at you a little bit like a hawk or like a crow, in a way that you are aware of things. They think you're very intelligent and they think you're very aware of things. They think that you can see through them. And that's a little bit daunting to them. That's why they're, you know, covering their eyes. It's like, if I cover my eyes, you can't see me, sort of thing. So it's like, they may even avoid eye contact with you, with this guy covering his eyes here, because it's like, you really see this person, and I feel like you really see people. I feel like you're quite raw like that. So this person almost feels like shy in the sense that they want to hide because they feel like you can see through them, or they have a hard time masking in front of you. So it's hard for them to really have a level of control then, which makes them feel a little bit insecure when they do step towards you. Or just their opinion of you, as per social media, is that you're on the ball. You're very aware of things. Maybe you're quite psychic. You can see things from a higher perspective, and that may daunt them a little bit, you know. Pile number 4, who is lurking on my pile number 4 social media? I feel like the way she's holding that rose as well, I feel like you may be very focused on self. So they're like, oh, well, I'll mimic that and I'll be focused on self. But then it's like, they're looking this way, you're looking that way. So I feel like you're aware of them for you to be looking that way and them there. I feel like you are aware of them. But again, with the Knight of Cups, him holding the Knight of Cups and holding it here, and you're here with the rose here, because that's how they're like depicted in you. I feel like they're almost like, what if what I have to offer isn't enough? Because the Knight isn't a king. And this person's very happy smelling that rose there. So it's like, what if this cup isn't enough? What if I can't give them what they feel that they would need? There's a lot of insecurities coming up. We have she who resists. Fearless, justified, resistant. So this person may be resisting reaching out to you right now. And again, we have yellow at the bottom. So it's due to like insecurities or them not maybe feeling worthy to reach out to you right now. Again, the swords here. I feel like they're going back and forth in their head mentally. Yeah. Pile number 4, please. Pile number 4, please, Spirit Guides. Who is lurking? We have escape, dreams, fantasy, she who dreams. So this person does think of you. I'm hearing the song, who sang I Know You, I Walk With You Once Upon a Dream. I know it's a Disney princess song, but I don't know if it wasn't Cinderella. I'm sure it's Sleeping Beauty. I know you, I walk with you once upon a dream. So this person may have had memories of, like past life memories of you, or maybe dreams about you. And that's where they're feeling drawn. There's a feeling of like an inner knowing in regards to you. They feel like they may be connected to spirit too, because they feel like there's a past life connection of some sort. Could even be a friend. It doesn't have to be romantic. But I do feel like they are looking at you like a counterpart. We have Futura, she who divines, future choice, judgment. So this person could be psychic as well as you guys. But again, I feel like they're looking at you like that. I feel like with the cards, it's like you're aware of things before. They may even be trying to like manifest you in. They may be trying to call to you energetically, like spiritually, because this person feels like they're aware of spirit. They may be trying to call to you, or they may be aware that you're connected to spirit, so they're trying to dabble in that to kind of call you in, sort of thing. They may be trying to manifest, or you know, like I've seen people on TikTok, they want to like jump in people's dreams or something. They may be trying to do something like that. I don't know. But I do feel like they're trying to catch your attention. We got your card because it fell. We have Zenith. She who prepares, formulate, strategize, devise. This could be someone you're already speaking to like that, but they're just dealing with insecurity. So this could be like a partner that you've like just got in a relationship with, or someone you're seeing but they haven't made it a relationship yet. That's just something that came through. Because with strategize and devise, it's making me think of like, I'm gonna take this person on dates and then I'm gonna ask them to be my boyfriend, ask them to be my girlfriend, and then like it's like strategizing, like, you know, when you like propose to someone, you get the ring and then you strategize how you're gonna do it. There's like a lot of that. So this could be someone you're already seeing or around, and they're just like waiting to make a certain move, which would be a relationship, or you know insinuating or instigating something. They're like, but there's like nerves, you know what I mean? There's nerves coming through. Or maybe reaching out to you after some time of maybe not speaking to you. There's that as well. Yeah, the back of the deck we have she who questions, curiosity, destiny, and search. So this person's very curious about you and wanting to get deeper, wanting to know more about you. That's why they're on your social media. Very intrigued as to what you do, what you're up to. Very intrigued as to what your life is like when they're not around, or if they're not in your life, what their life would entail if they were with you. There's that coming through. But then they may see you in scenarios like, for example, say now you love quad biking. I don't know why that's come up. And they're seeing you quad biking, but then they're scared of quad biking. So it's like, oh, I wouldn't fit in. Or, you know, you could be someone that loves heights, and then you know, they're like, oh, well, I wouldn't fit in. I'm not going to go zip line. And there's like something about that you do that could like, you know, make them like, well, I'm not good at that. And again, it could be with the Futura card here. It could be something to do with like tarot or mysticism, Reiki healing. They're like, well, I'm not good at that. So they may feel a little bit like, oh, I don't know. They could even be scared of spirit. You know what I mean? So then it's like, oh, I don't know if I could fit in there. There's a feeling of that coming through. So let's pull another card. Final card, pile number Pile number 4. Who's lurking on my pile 4 social media? We have the moon. So again, I feel like this person feels intuitively connected to you. I feel like this person feels emotionally connected to you. The only thing is, I feel like this person, I just feel like this person's a little bit too scared to like fully come out and embrace their feelings right now. They keep holding back with this resistant energy, or to make a move in this connection and push it further. There is a feeling of that. So if this person does approach you, which I feel like they will, I feel like it might be a little bit of a slow burner for this person to really make big strides in the connection, because they're a little bit fearful that you might shut them down or not be interested or not think that they should be part of it. Like there's a feeling of that, like it's their own insecurities though. It's their own insecurities. They may feel like you're a little bit out of their league. Yeah, because we have the Jester here. They may feel like you're a little bit out of their league. They may as well be quite humorous with you and make everything a bit light-hearted and jokey for them to feel a little bit comfortable. That's what I'm seeing with the Jester card there. They might do that before going quite deep with you. But just because when this person comes in, just because they're being a bit light-hearted, it doesn't mean they lack depth. It's just that it takes them a little while to open up about those depths within them. So they'll try and be light-hearted until they can really, because this person seems quite romantic, but it just takes a while, and they find you hard to read. So it's like until they know where your head's at, I don't think they're going to be super open with that side. They'll take it really slow, but they're seeing you as a divine counterpart. So whether this is someone from the past with a more light-hearted energy, this doesn't feel like anything negative or bad, like there was an argument or anything. This is either someone from the past or like a false start like that, or this is someone that is about to make it known that they do like you in that way. So it could be a friend, or just a co-worker, or just someone that's kind of like watching you right now, and that's their feeling right now. So yeah, pile 4, that is what I have for you. I hope this resonated. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if it did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you guys are watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching.